Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. St. Louis rapper Woozy The Great. He's accused of fatally shooting his grandparents during a mental breakdown. Now, this is crazy, right? So the first thing it says that the city of St. Louis has produced many rap stars, past and present. I mean, one of the biggest ones is the whole band-aid under his eye. We're talking about the great Nelly and the Lunatics, or the Saint Lunatics. However, Woozy the Great has gained fame from the city for all of the wrong reasons. An aspiring rapper, Woozy the Great, was recently arrested, but he was sent to the mental hospital, having issues in the brain. The man is being accused of ending his grandparents after using a gun. Davion Mac Roberts, that's his name. That's Woozy the Great's real name. Now, according to his social media profiles, he began releasing music about 10 years ago. During this time, Woozy the Great has not gained much traction at all. We don't know if it's his work ethics. We don't know if the music was just not hitting. We don't know if, he just didn't have the talent for it. Everybody wants to be a rapper nowadays. Young people grow up idolizing and emulating rappers because they see people who are pretty much free. They're not tied to a schedule like, gotta go clock in at Walmart, gotta go clock in at Burger King, gotta go clock in at any institution. You pretty much out here living life, driving nice cars. If you're a guy, you have a lot of females. If you're a female, you got a lot of male groupies and female groupies. And, you got a lot of money and you're flying places. You're on TV. You're making all these shiny, fancy looking videos. People are admiring you around the world. Your social media is jumping off the hook. So these young people grow up emulating and admiring that and all want to be rappers. Very few young people today from the urban community and environment want to grow up to be a doctor or a school teacher or something like that. We see videos of school teachers getting their ass beat by students these days. And these students are like, hell no, I don't want to be no school teacher. I've seen my school teacher get her ass beat. I think I want to do something else, something a little more shinier, like being a social media influencer or a entertainer. So it's no surprise that Woozy the Great came up with that kind of a mind frame. You understand? But 10 years in, still nothing was popping for him and his music. He is one of the many rappers that release their music on platforms. Likely, the goal was for the music to get picked up by a large fan base or a major record label. That never happened for him. Another thing is, a lot of people have this time set for when they are supposed to make it, and they tell themselves, if I don't make it in the next 5 years, I'm quitting. Or if I don't make it in the next 5 years, I'm going to do something drastic. Well, that's not how success comes. You got to keep your nose to the grind. Success will show up. Anyhow, Woozy the Great has now made the headlines he likely once longed for. He wanted to be on front page, right? He wanted to be talked about a lot. He wanted vloggers and bloggers doing stories about him. But he didn't want it like this. Unfortunately, these headlines that are coming out now about him is at the cost of his dear grandparents. Now, according to reports, he had a mental breakdown. He walked into a mental hospital after he did this act. Now, prior to this, he had made some social media posts about ending a couple of lives. In addition, he was claiming that he was God. Now, his grandparents are no longer here. Now, obviously, if he is making videos claiming that he is God, that could tell you right there that there's some serious issues going on. Here's the thing. In the black community, mental health is not really taken too seriously. It's people will tell you stuff like, you was just not strong enough, or you cracked under the pressure, or, you know what I mean, you're not a soldier, stuff like that. And there's a stigma attached to it. And not only a stigma attached to it, it's pretty embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's pretty embarrassing because we make it embarrassing. Oh, buddy losing his mind. He going crazy. He needs some help. They laugh at you. I wonder what he smoked. Was he snorting something? Blah, blah, blah. They don't just think like, yo, it could be a chemical imbalance in the brain. Even though a lot of the times I think it's a combination of all of the above, right? A rough past, self-medicating, the effects of drugs mixed with alcohol, mixed with whatever else is going on out there, popping these pills, doing this, that, and the other, and combined with life, working hard on something for 10 years and not seeing it materialize into something successful, you start to feel like you're failing. Remember, nowadays, we see millionaires, or they portray themselves to be millionaires, and all these rap videos, 18, 19, 20, 21 to 25 years old. Nice cars, mansions, rich, wealthy. And you've been doing this for 10 years and still haven't even been called once. Now, anyways, the St. Louis rapper, as the report says, he walked into a psych ward covered in blood. This is after it's alleged that he took out his grandparents, covered in blood, and walked. Now, here's the thing. How come he didn't walk to the police station? How come he didn't walk to the hospital, regular hospital, ER? How come he knew to walk to the psych ward? Now, the St. Louis rapper who goes by the name Woozy The Great, he's accused now of taking out his own grandparents. Now, according to Daily Mail, the 25-year-old, whose real name is Davion Mac Roberts, he was taken into custody shortly after walking into a psych ward covered in blood. When he walked into the psych ward, the people at the psych ward were like, what the hey? And they figured out what was going on. They probably spoke to him, and then they called the police, right? Is that animal blood or is that human blood? And they called the police. The police came, matched him to what's going on at the scene, and the rest is history. He is in custody. 25 years old. Here's a little gem for you. Mental health issues starts in the early 20s. Like, there are people who have been diagnosed schizophrenic or whatever, paranoid schizophrenic or whatever, bipolar, etc., in their teens, right? 16, 17, 18, 19. But a full onset will kick at about 23 to 25 years old. 23, 22, 23, 25. There. I would say about from 21, you will start seeing it manifesting more and more. And it could get full blown around 22, 3, 4, 5 in that area, right? Leading into the 30s. And then, after that, it's something that they're going to have to carry for the rest of their lives. So you're going to need proper treatment, consistent treatment. He's 25 years old. Now, this ain't my information. This is scientifically proven. Just go look in the medical journals. You'll see it. Anyway, back to the story. So he walks into the psych ward, filled, drenched in blood, head to toe, like he had just slaughtered some animals in a movie. Police, the local police, have been looking for him after they discovered his grandparents, which was 71-year-old Donald Mac Roberts and Kathy Chapman Mac Roberts, his grandmother, which was 58 years old. 58-year-old grandma, 71-year-old grandpa, dead in their Elm Street home on Tuesday evening, March 21st. Today is the 26th. This happened a few days ago. This cause of death, their cause of death, has not yet been revealed. So some people are saying it was with a knife. Some people are saying it was with guns. I don't know. A mere days before, he had claimed that he was God on Facebook. Remember, I told you earlier that he was making videos on social media claiming that he is God now, and also saying that he is here to take a couple of lives, right? Okay. Mere days after he was doing that, claiming that he was God, he showed up at his relative's home, his grandparents' house, where he made similar claims at their house that he is God. I'm God and I'm here. It goes like this. An account was given and it says he knocked on my door and he said, I said, who is it? He said, it's God. This is what his sister, Pamela McRoberts, told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. He knocked on my door and I said, who is it? And he said, it's God. He was talking about how he was God and how we were all going to die. He said, I'm going to rewrite the Bible and it will be all revealed at the next family reunion. Once he got done pacing back and forth and crying and jumping up and down, he left. His sisters, so that's some erratic behavior, and he left his sister's home after that. His sister is lucky because he didn't take his sister out because he was already in that mind space. His sister said, when he left my home, I called my brother. I said to my other brother, hey, he's not talking right. Something's wrong. He's not talking right. Now, a previous Facebook post provides further evidence of just how disturbed he was. As he wrote in one of his statuses, he said, quote unquote, he wrote, who wanna die today? Who wanna die today? Y'all don't believe? Come show me I'm not God. He followed that up with, I know, my ears are ringing. It's almost time, but not yet. 2 days before the alleged taking out of his grandparents, he wrote this message that says, hey, I really am God, truly. Everyone, I'm trying to help you all, but I came to terms. Y'all got too comfortable in hell. If God was calling you, would you pick up? Fuck no. You all ignore me, and I'm trying my hardest to show you all. Please help me show you all. He is expected to be charged with a double murder in the incident concerning his grandparents. Damn, man. I wish his music career had worked out for him, but it didn't. It is what it is at this point. He's gone to the point of no return. It's not like the police or the law is going to say, hey, you get to go back to your regular life and pursue your music and whatever. He will probably be committed to a mental institution for the rest of his life, right? And it's a sad situation that he could not have been helped before. Obviously, he'd exuded this kind of behavior before. His family had seen it before because there's no way his sister felt comfortable. If my brother came to my house, knocked on my door, and I said, who is it? And he says, it's God. I probably at first would have been like, Ninja, stop playing. But after the whole pacing back and forth, crying, then laughing, jumping up and down, still saying you're God the whole time and you're here to help and all this other stuff, and some people gotta die today but just not quite yet. I wouldn't wait for him to leave to call my other brother. As soon as he left, I would have called the police, or I would have called, but some people are scared too. Because I've seen situations where black people call police on their sick family member who's going through an episode of mental health issues, and that person ends up dead because the police comes like they just committed a crime, and they treat them that way when all it is they're going through a episode. So she probably was scared to call the police too. So she ended up calling her older brother like, yo, we got to go get him. He's not talking right. He's not acting right. He's not looking right. But before they could do anything, he got to the grandparents. Sad story. And it's sad that the grandparents got to, had to go out this way. His grandmama was only 58 years old. That's not old. His grandfather was a little bit older. He was 71, but still, to live your life for that long till you're 71 and then be taken out by your own grandchild, that's rough. I don't know why he chose his grandparents, but could be because they're the most loving to him and trusting, or could be because he had vengeance for them. They probably whooped him when he was little, treated him bad. You never know. But I'm going to leave this one right here, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. I wish him all the best. I hope he gets some help. Real talk. And at the end of the day, we really, really need to start checking on our loved ones and taking mental health more serious. I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. It's Hot Topics TV. And you already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.